Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and yes, you are seeing it right now. We have some breaking news about the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, aka the Smash Bros of Nickelodeon, right there. Um, uh, so, um, there has been a leak that has revealed who the third Avatar: The Last Airbender character was. Now, I haven't really made a video since the video of my top 10 wish list. There's a lot of information that has come out since I made that video. But I'm not going to really get into all those little details of all the little different things that we know now. At the time, I didn't know on that video. One of the things that I talked to about with some of the people that I know was that the stages, which was brought up by Creep Switch, who also gave me this leaked information. So shout out to Creep Switch if you're watching this video. But first and foremost, one thing that was brought up was the stage theory. Now, there's been a couple of people that have been bringing this up about the stage theory, and I do believe in the stage theory that every character in this, at least the original cast, is going to get a character or a stage. That's going to get a stage for a character. Now, this leak does have a question mark, so there is a character that is still not even known, even with this leak. So I have to repeat that as well. But in this leak, all the characters are accounted for, with the exception of the question mark one, and Toph Beifong. Aang and Korra technically have not been confirmed for this game, but we know they're in the game because they're on the cover box. And Toph Beifong obviously was not on the cover box, but there are 3 Avatar stages, which a lot of people haven't brought up yet. Now, some people have used a chart that was made that showed Aang on the the Earth bending stage, which makes no sense because Aang should have been on the Air Nomad stage. And then, of course, obviously, Korra is on the stage of, when she fought the evil Avatar, or the Dark Avatar, as we call it. That was the stage for Korra. But there was a third stage, and that was the Earth Kingdom. Now, with the Earth Kingdom, a lot of people have argued, well, it's a Mashu, so it could be Azula. Or it could be even Zuko because of that. But I didn't agree with that because it's the Earth Kingdom. And the Earth Kingdom only makes sense for it being Toph. Now, if it had been Rumble 6, I mean, that obviously would have given it away because the Rumble 6 arena obviously fits Toph to a T. But when he said Earth Kingdom, I was like, well, that should be Toph because, I mean, she's an earthbender and from the Earth Kingdom and a lot of other things. So that was my 2 cents on it. But apparently, according to this leak, if this leak is accurate, and isn't been made up by somebody, and from what I'm looking at, it seems to be legit. But again, it could maybe someone just did a clever Photoshop. I don't know. But from what I'm getting here, from the information I found, this leak came from the Leonardo in April, or Neil leak, because this leak, because apparently, from what I'm reading here, is the leak was taken before April had been revealed. Because April had not been officially confirmed yet. in the game. But obviously she has been confirmed she was confirmed like 2 weeks ago. And also Ren and Stimpy obviously were just confirmed today, but prior to today they weren't confirmed yet. So this was taken weeks ago, but it was just revealed now. And again, really, at this point, it really only obviously helps us figure out the Avatar characters. Obviously, we already know 2 of them, but there's, we didn't know who the 3rd one was. So obviously, Toph was my number 1 request for anybody who didn't watch my video on my top 10 wish list. So this is obviously what I wanted, because Toph is the best character in the show, obviously. Let's come on now. Yeah. But this leak doesn't show the last character. So that does make me a little suspicious about this leak. Because, like, why wasn't the last character confirmed then? Or maybe they don't know. I don't know. But it just seems kind of fishy. That's the one thing that I'm kind of skeptical about this. But I hope it is right, because I want to see Toph in the game. Obviously, there could be future DLCs if this game does really good. Who knows? But I do want to see Toph on the roster. Obviously, I would have loved to have seen Ed from Good Burger, but apparently they're too norky to put live action characters in a Nickelodeon show, which I think is ridiculous, because I think the live action shows are just as important, if not even more important, than the cartoons, because Nickelodeon built their brand off of live action more than they did with cartoons. Not to say that the cartoons aren't as important, but the live action stuff I thought was really kind of the selling point. Obviously, it's harder to do live action stuff because you have to pay like royalties and stuff like that. And to my understanding, they don't even have voice actors for this game, which is ridiculous. Hopefully, they'll have an updated patch for that if the game does well. For people that don't think they can't add voice acting later, yes, they can, because My Hero Academia Justice 2 did it. That game was originally, when it came out, for the first 2 months of it coming out, it was subtitled only, which is why I didn't originally buy it. And then 2 months later, they magically had an English dub for it for an updated patch. So they can add voice acting to it if they want to, and if the game obviously sells well, they can just have an updated patch. Newer console systems have that option now, where you can update the game, so it can happen if the game does well. So one of the things I've heard about is that Timmy Turner or Jimmy Neutron aren't going to be on the original roster. Again, they might be in a DLC if the game does well. And I do agree, Timmy Turner and Jimmy Neutron, to me, not being on this game is pretty stupid. But at the same time, I'm not going to complain that we have Toph Beifong. But there is still a chance that Timmy or Jimmy is the last character if this leak is true, because again, it doesn't confirm who the last character is. It only confirms Toph, as well as all the other characters that we didn't know about that have been since confirmed, like April. Now some people are telling me that the reason why Timmy Turner is not available for this game is because it's co-owned by Federator, which I don't know how that's possible, because I think Nickelodeon owns their shows when they get them, and even Butch Hartman had said this. So I don't even know how that exactly works because Butch was obviously involved in the show and created it. So that was the one thing that I never understood on how Federator could co-own it, especially since Danny Phantom is also a Butch Hartman show, and that wasn't obviously owned the same way. But again, obviously rights are different. Um, I had to explain about the whole Doug Funny situation too, because as much as I would like Doug Funny to be in the show or as Quail Man, unfortunately, Disney owns the characters. Nickelodeon only owns the original show of Doug Funny. They don't own the characters. You know, Nickelodeon really screwed themselves over with Doug's Funny because they canceled the show, and the contract was different back then, and that allowed the creator to basically take his show and move it to another network, and that's why Disney owns the IP. They created a sequel, and of course the movies and all that other stuff, and basically Nickelodeon only owns the original show to Doug Funny. They don't own the characters. They would have to get permission from Disney if they would want to have it in the game. So Doug Funny as Quail Man probably will never happen unless the show does unless the game does really popular. A game gets a lot of sales and they do DLCs and they decide to outbranch stuff. Characters outside of the series or whatever. But I don't even think they're going to do that with Doug Funny because that might be more of a hassle for them than it's worth. But in terms of Jimmy Neutron and Timmy, I do think they should be on the roster. But if it's a Federator situation that they co-own the show somehow, I mean, they'd probably have to get a sign off on it, which I don't think they want to, unless the game makes a lot of money, and then they'll probably decide to add voice acting and add characters that they don't necessarily 100% own. That's the only way I could see that happening. But yeah, this is quite interesting. If this leak is true, and I want to take this with a grain of salt because I don't want to be wrong if this doesn't turn out to be true. So that's why I'm kind of trying to hold back my excitement for it. But yeah, we're gonna buy this game. I don't know if I'm gonna buy this game for the Nintendo Switch or for the PlayStation 4 because I have both systems and it's available for both systems. Unlike Smash Bros, which is only available for the Nintendo systems. So I don't know exactly which one I'm gonna buy it for or which one makes more sense to buy it for. Especially since I don't know how the online access works, if you need the memberships to play on it or not. I don't know. Sometimes it's built in, sometimes it isn't. It depends on the game. But that will play a factor as well. But yeah, Toph Beifong is leaked, confirmed for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which is very happy. Melon Lord, ladies and gentlemen, is coming. She is not Toph. She's Melon Lord. I just love that. Anyways, very happy the Blind Bandit is going to be in this, if this leak is true. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. If you like this video and my videos, please subscribe. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace!